What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome to our second NCAA 14 Dynasty rebuild. We did the Florida Gators. You guys seem to really dig it, so today we're gonna, kind of revisit a meme on the channel, but do it for reals. And that is a Chip Kelly rebuild. However, Chip Kelly now has a job as the head coach of the UCLA Bruins, and we're not gonna take it like our prototypical Chip Kelly rebuilds. We're doing this for realsies. So what we have here is UCLA. We will be starting in the current season that they just went by. So Josh Rosen still will be their starting quarterback. He's really pretty much the only big name that's coming off that UCLA roster. So we're just going to quickly sim that and then begin the team building, the 5 years that it's going to take for Chip Kelly to try to lay claim in the Pac-12, the title that he left when he was in Oregon. Oregon was utterly dominant. We're going to try to do that once again here with UCLA. Alright, so starting out with Chip Kelly, we're just using whatever Chip Kelly was available here from the roster. That was one of the top rosters off Operations Sports. And he started out with a 32, which is pretty good. 15 gauge management, 17 recruiting. For a rebuild, you pretty much want to go all in on the recruiting, so that's pretty much where we're going to deviate all of his points. Tom Bradley, DC, Jed Fish, offense coordinator. Those aren't the exact same coordinators, but it is what it is. More so, looking at what we're working with on our depth chart. So we have Josh Rosen entering his final year. We all know what he does. We all know he got drafted by the Arizona Cardinals. Let's see what he can do. We have Dorian Thompson. I can't remember his name. It's DTR. He's going to be the top recruit that we will talk about next year. He could very well be our starter because he is a prototypical, Chip Kelly type quarterback. But we'll worry about those recruits and stuff like that when that part actually comes up in the videos. My phone just got to start blowing up because everyone's like, "You're doing a Chip Kelly rebuild? What? Hold the phone." Soso Jamabo, 87 overall running back. You got Nick Starks here as well. Wide receivers, we have Darren Andrews, a senior. We have Jordan Lasley, who actually declared for the draft, hoping at season's end we'll be able to get him to return to help out whoever our quarterback will be next season. We got another senior that will be gone. Theo Howard's probably the best guy long-term, 84 overall as a sophomore. Those are tight ends here. We're gonna make sure that Wilson's our starter. Why is he not our starter? Who's it? Caleb Wilson, 84 overall, sophomore, really good. Probably one of the most promising tight ends right now in college football. We have Colton Miller, who was taken in the first round by the Raiders. He's an 89. Lacey, 85. Questenberry, who I think got drafted later. He might have been undrafted free agent. He's a 92. That's the offensive line. Nothing special. We have Jalen Phillips, one of the best freshmen last year in football. He's an 85 as a freshman. Lucier South, again, another really good young player. Our defensive front is going to be very good for most of this rebuild. We have Jacob Tuoti Marine, 89 overall, really good production in college and real life as a senior. Boss Tagaloa, best name in college football maybe. He's a sophomore too. Kenny Young, who got drafted, 92 overall. Why? Like, what is with this depth chart here? I'm going to auto reorder this. Let's just do that. We got sophomore Teola. I'm gonna struggle with all these like Hawaiian Samoan names, but he's an 84. He's a sophomore. Yarez is really good. Yarez, freshman, redshirt freshman, 83. Another sophomore, Darnay Holmes, a freshman, 84 overall. Led the team last year in college football on UCLA with 3 picks. I think he also led them in pass deflections and was the return man. Wadood, 89 overall safety. Pickett, 90 overall strong safety with my Canadian brethren, JJ Molson, a 90 overall kicker. So all in all, this is a pretty good roster, and we should compete here in the Pac-12 right away. But we're just going to pretty much sim out through this first year, see how all those guys do, see how we finish up the Josh Rosen era, and then really dive into the rebuild. Alright, so here we are at the end of the season in the hypothetical Chip Kelly, Josh Rosen scenario, and we're the #1 team in the country, a 12-0 record, getting ready to take on the 10-2 Oregon Ducks in the Pac-12 Championship. Oh, talk about a rebuild that we're probably never going to rematch these expectations ever again. I guess we'll just quickly more so look at our season stats. We'll talk about the Heisman and stuff if it pops up. Josh Rosen on the year, 3,200 passing yards, 35 touchdowns to 6 picks. Very good. Jamabo. Can't wait for this guy to graduate. 900 yards, 10 TDs on the year. As far as receiving is concerned, we got 64 catches, 959 and 8 from Darren Andrews, 675 and 10 from Jordan Lasley, 838 and 8 from Caleb Wilson, and 500. We'll round it up. We'll be super generous, round that to 500 yards and 5 TDs for Theo Howard. On the defensive side of the ball, we got 68 tackles here from Josh Wood. We got 16 tackles for loss, 8 sacks from Kenny Young, 6.5 sacks from freshman Jalen Phillips, as well as 15 tackles for loss. 4 picks from freshman Darnay Holmes, 3 from Pickett. You know, I'm happy for this team. This team looks actually pretty good. I'm not gonna say undefeated good. Like we're not. Well, we are the number 3 passer in the nation, Josh Rosen. But hey, we're gonna just sim out here. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. Maybe we'll end up being national champions, and then the rest of this rebuild is gonna be trying to get back to that point. But let's see what happens first. A quick look at the Heisman. Baker Mayfield. It actually played out that way. Got the Heisman, 51 total touchdowns on the year. Royce Freeman, number 2. Jalen Hurts at 3. Drew Lock at 4. And Justice Hill from Oklahoma State at number 5. We did win the game, which means that your, or whatever they're called, the UCLA Bruins. I was going to say Oregon Ducks because, you know, look at that. Wilson won the best tight end, the Mackey. Beautiful. Chip Kelly won Coach of the Year. Beautiful. And we are now going into the national championship game against who else? Number 2, 13-0, Alabama. Let's go! UCLA has won the Natty in our first year. 30-24 over Alabama. Suck it, Nick Saban. I don't respect any head coach that's friggin' 5'1". Looking at the final stats here. Josh Rosen going out on top. Not the most crazy game. 238 yards, 1 TD. We got touchdown, 41 yards from Jamabo. 74. Oh my God, he went off. He had 2 TDs. Jamabo. I'm gonna pronounce the name different every time because it's such a stupid name. Got our player of the game. Congrats to him. The defensive side, we got a sack from Juarez. We'll go Juarez. That sounds better that way. A sack from Lucier South. A sack from Pickett. Awesome, man. Awesome. And a pick from Meadors. These names are so 50-50. They can be pronounced 7 different ways. But either way, Chip Kelly, in his first hypothetical season with the UCLA Bruins, takes out Alabama, 14-0, perfect season. Now we're going to have to live up with this with Josh Rosen going to the NFL. Now, I could get fancy. I could try to convince him to return. I think he's only a junior. We won't. Looking at the players that are leaving, there's no Josh Rosen's returning, baby. Let's go! I thought for sure he was gonna declare. The only junior is Colton Miller, and I'm not gonna mess with it. He did go and got drafted, I think, pick 15 by the Raiders. So I mean, we could try to retain him because he is projected to go in the 6th round. But we'll keep it somewhat realistic and in the realm of what actually happened. So we'll be saying goodbye to Colton Miller. We're losing a couple good seniors. Offensive line is going to not be anywhere near the same. But the fact that we have Josh Rosen for 1 more season, it's a beautiful thing. It's the power of Chip Kelly, baby. Chip Kelly might adopt him. He might be Josh Rosen Kelly by the end of this season. So as we go to defend our national title, we also hold the 7th best recruiting class in the college football. That sucks that Florida got the number 2 because we never got the number 2 and we're in control of them. That was the first rebuild. But hey, still coming in at number 7 in the nation is acceptable. 1 5-star, 6 4-star, 13. Okay, we might have padded a little bit here with the 13 3-stars. But hey, it's always tough when you got Alabama taking all the good recruits. Texas getting 3 5-stars. That's just laughable. But it's a good start to helping repeat. Alright, so let's take a look here as we get into year number 2 of our recruiting class and some of the big recruits that actually are going to UCLA. So Josh Rosen came back, which is good because we have our freshman here, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Obviously, we can't fit his last name in because stupid character rules at NCAA. 80 overall freshman. He is going to be waiting in the wings. He is your more prototypical Chip Kelly quarterback, and he's pretty much going to be the QB of this rebuild. We were able to also bring in the recruits of Kyle Phillips, who's a 4-star wide receiver, as well as Chase Cota, who is a 4-star wide receiver, 6'4", 204, and Phillips is your prototypical slot wide receiver. But we're very excited to welcome both these guys to our team. And lastly, the big rangy safety, Brian Addison, 6'5", 180, 74 overall, currently a 4-star athlete that is going to most likely play safety once he gets to UCLA. So those are our real recruits that we're welcoming to the team as we look to defend our national championship. Let's do it. All right, so as we get ready to defend the national championship. Here's our roster as it is laid out. Josh Rosen, the perfect 99. Let's actually make sure that this roster is properly reordered. We have Thompson there. DTR will be backing him up. Jamabo is back. He's a 92 overall. He was the MVP of the national championship game. So it's really, really good to have that experience returning. Jordan Lasley, 97 overall. Theo Howard up to an 89. We have a really stacked wide receiver core that we're going to be pretty much fine at that spot throughout this rebuild. Caleb Wilson's up to a 90 overall. We have an 85 there. Offensive line took a hit. No more Colton Miller. He went to the NFL. So we had 84 tackle, 84 guard, 80 center, 86 right guard, 84 right tackle. So a little bit of a decline from what we had last year, but still an offensive line that's good enough to get the job done. Jalen Phillips up to a 91 overall, one of the best pass rushers in college. Same with Lucia South, 90 overall. Boss Tagaloa, 89, beautiful. We got 85 here, Brant for linebacker, 88. Toailoa. We're going with that. Sure. 88. Juarez, 87. Woods, 87. Burns, 87. I mean, our linebacking core is very good. Darnay Holmes, as a sophomore, already a preseason All-American, 91 overall, 83 safety, 94 strong safety, 96 kicker. Life is good for UCLA and Chip Kelly. So let's go defend this title. And here I was saying this was a rebuild. Back-to-back #1 team, undefeated. We're 20. What are we 25-0 right now. Getting ready to play the #2 ranked team in the nation, Stanford, in the Pac-12 Championship game. So we're the only undefeated team in the nation, which is pretty cool. Looking at our season stats here, it definitely helps. We have our 99 Rosen, and this, I expect next year will actually be somewhat challenging. But, I mean, we might have an MVP winner here. 3,700 yards, 49 touchdowns to 3 picks. That is simply absurd. Absurd. 1,000 yards, 9 TDs here from Soso. Rosen actually got 50 total touchdowns on the year. Receiving, we got 70 catches, 1,300 yards, 15 touchdowns from Lasley. 791 and 9 from Caleb Wilson. Theo Howard had 8 touchdowns. Soso, 7 receiving touchdowns. What do you have? 1,400 yards and 16 TDs on the year. Pretty good. 59 tackles from Barnes leading the team. We had 4.5 sacks here from Jalen Phillips, as well as 14 tackles for loss. And an interception front, Darnay Holmes once again leading the team with only 2 picks. So the secondary wasn't as productive as it was a year ago. But, still, the fact that we have yet to lose a game is pretty damn staggering. So yeah, let's see what happens. And quickly looking at the Heisman Watcher, it gives you the top 5. This Pac-12 Championship game is going to be between the 2 front runners for the Heisman Trophy. Bryce Love of Stanford, their very talented running back, and Josh Rosen, the quarterback of UCLA. Let's get it, man. And UCLA falls. Stanford with the upset, 21-17. I don't know where this is going to put our draft stock, because now I think there's a tie. A tie at the top. But KJ Costello goes off for 2 TDs. Soso was our player of the game with 102 yards. Sorry, Rosen not particularly strong. Let's see, what did Love did? Bryce Love didn't do anything, so I hyped it up for nothing. But now, I mean, we're gonna find out where we're playing. Are we still in the national championship? Let's see what we got here for the championship games here. We got a couple 10-2s. We got 11-1 Miami. That could bump us. That's probably it, man. Even with that loss, they may be an instant Pac-12 rematch for the national championship game. And Mark Walton from Miami won the Heisman. He had 1,700 yards, we'll say 1,800 yards and 21 touchdowns. Josh Rosen had 50 touchdowns, and he comes 3rd. This is a robbery. Oh, fuck off. Coming in, playing the Rose Bowl against Wisconsin. We lost 1 game in 2 years, and you have us fall 2 spots? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. We're getting robbed because Chip Kelly has his own special protein shakes and smoothies that rub all the bigwigs that, pick your bowl games the wrong way. Okay. Okay, Chip Kelly's going to drop 99 points on Wisconsin. Well, we were able to get the Rose Bowl win, 27-23 over Wisconsin. Player of the game was So once again, I don't know what it is. Rosen's not doing particularly well when we see him. So we're just going to call him So-So. Had a nice day there. 48 catches. We're pretty much just throwing screen passes, apparently. But it is a Rose Bowl to add on to Chip Kelly's resume here as the Josh Rosen era comes to an end. And now it's the DTR time to take over. Maybe we could even hit higher levels because Rosen is not a Chip Kelly type quarterback. Even I don't know. I still can't believe he did not win the Heisman Trophy. 50 touchdowns. That's automatic. That's automatic. That's LeBron James versus the Toronto Raptors. It's automatic. Looking at our players ending, it is going to be a sad day as the Josh Rosen era has come to an end. He's the all-time leader in passing yards in a season, passing touchdowns in a season, quarterback rating overall in NCAA, and he's going first overall. Probably. We're losing Lasley. Bunch of 90s here. So-So's gone. I'm never going to be able to mispronounce his name. We have Molson, though, Canadian kicker. We do not have a replacement yet, so I'm going to tell him he comes back. He's regret not staying to get his degree. There we go. We had a couple Molsons pun the last name, Canadian beer as well. And we're able to hash it out. But, yeah, now, the rebuild starts. We have 3 years left, and the rebuild is starting right now. I don't think we're going to be pushing for that undefeated record. But now it's exciting times to see what Chip Kelly can really do now that Jim Mora's guys are pretty much gone. All right, so as we end the Josh Rosen era, we come in with the number 12 recruiting class. So not as strong as it was last year. But, we got the 1 5-star, the 7 4-stars, which I'm pretty pumped to show you guys here in just a few minutes. But, everything's trending in the downward direction right now, which is not the best thing to be saying. But, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Right? Year 3 is upon us, and as we jump in, we always need to look at what the recruits are looking like, what the team is looking like. So DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, is starting out as a sophomore, preseason All-American, 88 overall, ready to excel in Chip Kelly's scheme. We got Stevens here as our new starter. He's pretty good. He's decent. Let me just reorder this. Joe Smo, 85, was our 5-star freshman. You know what? I like what he brings to the table a little bit more. Plus, he's a freshman. I feel like long-term might be better. Either way, Stevens here, we got a lot of power. Both backs over 200 pounds. Wide receiver Theo Howard's a 93. We have Alloway, who is a 90. And then a battle here for everyone on the wide receiver depth chart is absolutely stacked. Caleb Wilson, 95. Offensive line, we get 89 tackle, 89 Garrett, 87 center, 89 Garrett, 86 tackle. So very good offensive line to help out DTR. Jalen Phillips up to a 96, one of the most prolific pass rushers in college football. 95 for South, 94 for Boss Tagaloa, monster. We got a preseason sophomore All-American here in Greg Rogers. He's an 89. Linebacking core is stacked. 90, 93, 93. Defense is fire. Secondary, Darnay Holmes is a 96. The secondary is we got a lot of depth there, but not a lot of superstars. Guys need to step up. Free safety here, Keon Riley's an 89, and Holiday here at strong safety is an 89 as well. Molson, perfect 99. Canadian Brethren, an 86 punter. Overall, our team is really, really stacked, and even though the Josh Rosen era has finished, I still fully expect DTR to take off and hit the ground running because the rest of this team, the offensive line is good, he has weapons, and the defense is stacked. I expect us to be competitive here in the Pac-12. We're starting out at number 2 in the nation. Let's do it. So here we are at the end of year number 3, and the DTR's not bad. The DTR era, number 16th, 9-3, pretty much what you could expect with a brand new quarterback. It sucks that we're not in the Pac-12 Championship to, get in there and try to make a mess of things. But I still think as a whole, we're trending in the right direction. Getting ready for a quick reload here. DTR on the year, 2,800 passing yards, 27 TDs to 5 picks. That's really good for a sophomore in his first starting season. Also added in 750 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Again, you're seeing the difference between him and a Josh Rosen, and more importantly, him and Josh Rosen in a Chip Kelly offense. Now, Josh Rosen did go for 50 touchdowns in a Chip Kelly offense, but we're seeing right now in the early phases of Thompson that if he can develop as a passer, because we know he has the athletic ability, 51 touchdowns. Or no, we had 50, sorry, with Rosen. I want 80 with DTR. Joe Schmo getting 805 yards, 10 TDs as a freshman starter. Respectable. Receiving, Theo Howard, 53 catches, 780 yards, and 5 TDs in his final year. Caleb Wilson, 530 and 7 from the tight end spot. So, you know, it's decent there. On the defensive side, Breland Brandt led the team with 78 total tackles, 8 tackles for loss, and 3.5 sacks. My God. Jalen Phillips, 33 tackles for loss, 12.5 sacks. I have a feeling he's going to want to go to the NFL, and we're going to have to do our best to pander to him to come back for his senior season. That is godly. That is the best. We've only done 2 rebuilds. That is without a doubt the most overpowered defensive player we've had so far. We got 3 picks here from Darnay Holmes, 3 from Breland Brandt. Man, Breland Brandt was a monster. Again, all these guys, hopefully they're juniors. They might want to declare, but I don't think we've missed out on any recruit as we try to negotiate for them to come back to school for 1 more year. So hopefully we can, you know, that trend will continue. So we're waiting for our bowl opponent. Let's find out who it is. All right, a quick look at the Heisman Trophy race. Alexander Madison from Boise State won it. He had, we'll say that's 33 touchdowns and just over 2,000 total yards for the running back spot. Looking for familiar names, we have DeAndre Swift from Georgia at 2, Brandon Wimbush from Notre Dame at 3, Jonathan Taylor from Wisconsin at 5. I'm not familiar with the USC running back or even the guy that won it, but okay. And we are playing in the Alamo Bowl against the 8-4 Baylor Bears. Now, we're not going to lose to this school that has been mired in controversy ever since the Art Briles era finished. So, it's going to be good to get our first bowl win under the DTR era and build towards what is going to be a very promising year number 4. I feel like if this goes to a year 5, it's going to be rough. I feel like next year will be the year that if we can contend and win a national championship, it'll be then. Year 5, it looks like a lot of our guys are going to be gone, and that'll be another stage of the rebuild. So let's get... And in the Alamo Bowl, Baylor upsets UCLA 39-31. Now, the only thing I can see is some of our seniors just decided not to play in the bowl game, so we got our young guys in. That's the only thing I can see of. But DTR did good, man. 280 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Smo, 69 yards. You know what it is. And a TD as well. But I clearly could see that a bunch of our players were sitting up preparing for the draft. Or else we would have dominated Baylor in this one. But it sucks that we weren't, you know, you always want to get a bowl game no matter what it is under your belt for a young quarterback. And this one stings a little bit. But let's go to year number 4. All right, this is a painful players leaving because we're losing like half our roster. Toaloa, 93. He's going to be gone. Lucier South, 95. Molson's gone. Theo Howard's gone. Josh Wood's gone. Boss Tagaloa, gone. Caleb Wilson, gone. Homesick player, grow up. But we do have 2 of our starting linebackers here that are trying to declare. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to guarantee the conference championship. You'll let me know soon. Well, how about this? If you come back, you're gonna regret you're not going to get your degree. There you go. Thank you very much. And now we have Breland Brandt. He's very high. Come on, just come back and get your degree. There you go. Too easy. There we go. Very nice. Jump into year 4. And there's how you bounce back from just not a good season. You have the number 3 recruiting class in the nation. And out of the top 3, you have the most 5-star recruits. 22 total prospects. How do we not have a better recruiting class than Ohio State? I don't know. Alabama, Alabama. It's not fair when it's Alabama. Nick Saban's buying these people houses and cars and shit. But Chip Kelly's giving them smoothies and a chance to play in a high prolific offense. Plenty of snaps for everybody. Number 3 recruiting class in the nation, y'all. Vape Nation. So as we enter the prime of this team, I feel like this is it. This is year 5's gonna be a rough one. Here is our roster. We're number 15 from the preseason. Look, we got 290 QBs on the roster, but DTR impact playmaker 97 overall, looking to go off in Chip Kelly's scheme. Joe Schmo 94 as a sophomore. We got double 94s here at running back. We got 88 fullback, 95 Damian Alloway here at wide receiver, Kyle Phillips 91, Chase Cota 88. No more Caleb Wilson at tight end. We have an 84 here though Offensive line, 93 left tackle, 86 guard, 94 center, 93 right guard, 90 right tackle. Maybe the best offensive line in the country. Jalen Phillips, probably the best player in the country, coming off 33 tackles for loss. He's a perfect 99. Greg Rogers, 95. 95 linebacker, 95 linebacker. Oh, 97 linebacker. Probably the best linebacking core in the league. Darnay Holmes, maybe the best corner in the league, 99. 91 is his partner here, Elijah Gates. 94 free safety and Keon Riley. 79 strong here. Let's see if we can bump that up a little bit. Fix it. Oh, I guess not. Shaw. Let's make Shaw here. Shaw will be the starter. I have no idea who the actual starter was. I think it was Campbell. There you go. All right, there's a nice little upgrade there. So roster's looking pretty damn good. We'll go as far as DTR will take us this season, but I really do feel like with all those seniors, this is it. Do or die time. And at the end of view number 4, look at that. A beautiful 12-0 once again. Chip Kelly has reinvented himself. He's taken his negative reputation from how he ended things for the Philadelphia Eagles, the 49ers, and went back to college where so many people thought he belonged. That's what? 3 12-0 seasons? 3 undefeated seasons? Now we're here in the Pac-12 Championship. We're going to be playing this game because I feel like this is going to be like the last hurrah here. Looking at our stats on the year, DTR. Mr. DTR. Did he lead it? My God. Led the nation in passing yards. 4,000. We'll round it up. 4,100 passing yards. 47 passing touchdowns. 6 interceptions. Absurd. Running the ball. Smo, 922 and 16. Thompson got 684 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns. So that is 53 total TDs. We'll say, I should be super generous, say 4,800 yards. That surely is a Heisman Trophy. As far as receiving is concerned, we got 77 catches, 1,400 yards, 17 TDs from Damian Alloway. 7 TDs here from our tight end, 700 yards, 5 TDs from our wide receiver Kyle Phillips, 9 touchdowns from Chase Cota. On the defensive side, we got 77 tackles from Josh Chambers. We got 7.5 sacks here from Isabor, 22 tackles for loss, 7 sacks Rogers, 16 tackles for loss. Juarez, 5 sacks, 12. Jalen Phillips, a little bit of a down year, 4.5 sacks, 16 tackles for loss, coming off a 33 tackle for loss season, but we'll take it. 5 picks from Darnay Holmes. This team is just loaded with first-round talent. As we get ready, let's see here. What's the Heisman looking like? Clearly, our guy should be, DTR should be right there. Clearly, number 1. You got Logan Bird from North Carolina, Antonio Williams, Felipe Franks for the Florida Gators, and Jake Fromm. I'm not too familiar with these two guys, but we know what Franks is all about. So here we are, Pac-12 Championship time. We're getting into it. I'm going to take over, see what this team's about. Oh, DTR is incredible. Are you kidding? Oh my God, he gets up with this. Oh, what a play, Coda. 25 yards, putting us in red zone territory. And you know, once you get on a roll in a Chip Kelly offense, that is where you start to hit them with that no huddle. So definitely we're going to get DTR here moving. Cota, Hall. Cota's 6'4", pretty much like a glorified tight end. Or we'll just take off. 2nd and 1, no huddle, once again. I don't even know what DTR speed's at. Still, it's nothing outrageous. Like, it wasn't super uncommon here. Let's see if we can get Smo the ball, Joe Smo. Wasn't super uncommon to get 90 plus speed QBs, or QBs, yeah. And I think he's high 80s, but still pretty good as Smo walks it in for the opening drive touchdown. All right, here we go in the red zone. I'll tell you right now, man, Huskies always have a really good defense. It's really, really tough. When they bring the pressure, oh, not good enough there. I think they got 4 or 5 sacks right now. But luckily, we got just enough time there to fit that through between the linebacker and the safety. We get the go-ahead TD here for the end of the first half. Coda, DTR, it's a great thing. And there you go. Just like that, Pac-12 Championship. Wasn't a pretty game. Credit to Washington. Very good defense. We got a couple highlights in. Hopefully, whoever we play in the Natty, I think it's going to be Georgia. Won't be as tough, but the Coda-DTR combination was absolutely on fire today as we keep on rolling. We got that natty opportunity, double natty in one rebuild. Good God. And here's the Heisman voting, clearly, with 54 total touchdowns, 4,200 passing yards. We'll say, you know, we'll just round it up. 5,000 yards, 54 TDs. Dorian Thompson-Robinson is the Heisman Trophy winner. We know Felipe Franks, but you only need to know one guy. And that is DTR. By winning the Pac-12 Championship, as we see, we got a bunch of awards here. DTR just racking them up. Pretty much every single award he could get. Alloway got the Best Wide Receiver Award. We are going to the National Championship game as the Pac-12 champions, taking on undefeated Georgia in the battle of the big dogs. And look at that SEC bias. Got them the #1 seed. This is going to be potentially the final game. If we win this game, we're going to end this rebuild here. Because I think DTR is probably going to go to the NFL. Our team's not ready to handle. You know, I'm going to pull an Urban Meyer. I got a headache. I'm not feeling too good. I'm probably going to leave. Go out on top. Let's do it. Georgia don't stand a chance. All right. National Championship game. 4th and 1 on the opening drive. I think the most Chip Kelly thing we could do is a run play. Go for it on 4th down. We already feel disrespected because we're not the #1 seed. We got Joe Schmo back here. Oh my God, and he gets to the second level, lace up lumber, 12-yard gain. We only needed 1. Beautiful. Oh, that's a touchdown. Hits Alloway. Oh my God, that guy's fast, but does not matter. Damian Alloway takes it 40 yards for a touchdown, breaking a school record for receiving yards in a season as well. Perfect route, perfect pass. Alloway, look at that, 15-13, breaking the 2000 UCLA wide receiver, who I have no idea who that would be. All right, Georgia was able to get a touchdown, but they missed the field goal, so we have a 1-point lead. Let's see if we get scamper here. Throw on the run. Oh my God, how'd he catch that? Between 3 defenders, that was a pick for sure, but Jordan Hall brings it in for DTR's second passing touchdown of the game. So, we have no blocking. It's 3rd and 32. We'll see what we can do, I guess. Come on. Come on. Make a play. All right, let's go. We're down a touchdown right now. Our offensive line has been terrible. And Georgia was able to get the lead, 21-14. We want to tie this up at half. Come on. Fit it right between them. Boom. Coda. Let's go. Tie it up at halftime. Chase Coda's a monster, man. Guy, very much a glorified tight end playing wide receiver. All right, we'll try one more time. He doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the speed to run right up like, you know, the pitch, the C4 special time. It's not that time. It's not that opportunity. Oh, Steven's coming in. We're trying a backup back here. Okay. Look at that. The team blocks really, really well, and he gets a 0-yard touchdown run. Beautiful. This game's a shootout. Whoever has the ball last is probably going to win. Oh, there we go, Alloway. 29 yards, put us right up into very favorable situation. We got to chew the clock on because our defense can't stop anything, so we want to try to make it as close to possible, this being the final possession, not giving them any single time. So, we got Smo again. Smo's in. He got vultured last time. Look how slow he is, does not matter. Takes it in, 4 yards. UCLA up 35-28. And that will do it as the clock strikes 0. DTR gets himself his first championship. Chip Kelly gets his second championship in this rebuild, which I thought would be a little bit more difficult than what it was. I guess we did not know we would be blessed with the luxury of having Josh Rosen for 2 seasons. Or, you know, DTR throwing for, I don't know what this would be. If they include this touchdown, that's 57 touchdowns on the season. You know? Who would have thought? But there we go. We have built another national championship program in just a quick amount of time. Now, it did help with Chip Kelly. These are like the top rosters from Operation Sports is DTR. There you go, player of the game. They already had Chip Kelly starting out as a level 30, 31 coach. Chip Kelly's lost a little bit of weight. Those spoolies are kicking in. But, so which means like a lot of the scouting and stuff like that was already well developed. But still, it happened. It was tough. And at least it was tough at face value. But we were able to bring it in. So I hope you guys did enjoy another episode. Episode 2, I guess, of the NCAA 14 Dynasty Rebuilds here on the channel. If it's your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. I actually know from the Florida rebuild. A couple Gators that I tagged in it, watched the video, so that's pretty dope. Hopefully we can get a couple UCLA Bruins to peep this and maybe put it on blast on social media. That would be pretty fire. So we maybe share it around. But I just hope you guys did enjoy the video. And as always, in the comment section below, leave what team you want to see in the next episode of the NCAA rebuilds. Because we've done Florida, SEC, and UCLA Pac-12, try to get someone without, different division, different conference. So, I mean, Big 12, Big 10, and, you can go, we can even make a small school, something like that, anything in between. That will be it. I don't know what the schedule is going to be for these videos. I don't know if they're going to be every Friday, every Saturday. It takes forever. Anyone that's ever done the simming in this, like this video took me like 4 hours to record, whereas doing like a rebuild in Madden takes me an hour and a half. So they do take quite a bit of work. So I'm going to say Friday, Saturday will be a weekly thing. But anyways, I'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching another episode of the NCAA Rebuilds. And until next time, it's C4 saying like, comment, subscribe, because that's what YouTube tells me to say to you guys. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.